Here, Mr. Owen Hill.
Jesus Christ.
We got a couple games in now.
Yeah,
one big game left.
Yeah.
One big game left. But can I just take us? What do you think about the game so far?
The games. They have been well, I believe. I mean, very tactical from the coaches. Still, the two more astute coaches are at the top.
Yeah.
You know, form is true, if you want to call it that. I was expecting a more, exciting game, Arnett versus Cavalier, but again, based on the style of play from both teams, one playing a low block, try to catch on the counter, the other one play slightly free flowing, and I just feel like, that was a missed opportunity for Arnett, but when you have the Caribbean champions playing against, and when you have a coach like Speed, it always hard.
Yeah.
One of the better coaching minds in the Caribbean. So definitely the team that deserved to go through went through. And then the game before, I would say it could have gone either way. I think those are two very, very good teams. Mount Pleasant prevailed in the end. So far the games have been good, I must say, and I think we're now warming up and we're getting to what we want, which is the final.
We reached a period of football right now, especially in Jamaica, where it's not so fast and aggressive like one time who prevail. Back in the days, the fast, hard and aggressive teams that prevail.
Yeah.
It's now the more tactical teams that get the job done.
Yeah.
So technically, the more tactical games tend to be less excited.
Yeah,
One of the most excited teams coming at the playoffs was actually Tivoli.
Right.
And they were basically the first team to leave. So, but the thing is, entertainment. But football kind of move away from that flair aspect, the entertainment factor, to being efficient.
It has moved away.
It's all efficiency now, straight into the aspect of structured and efficiency.
By the way,
that's
let
what
me
get the
use
result.
the opportunity for plug the coaching school, because that really has significantly helped the teams. If you notice, you talk about the tactical awareness of the coaches and the teams, is because the coaches are getting better.
Yeah, and a good example of that in the Portmore versus Cavalier game.
Correct.
Excellent tactical display.
Yeah. So you find that, and then the international style of football is rubbing off. People want to possess the ball. People want to stay patient. People want to apply a strategy. And that's what you're seeing. It's not just heavy metal football that is just run and kick it and bustle and no. If you don't have a clear opportunity, you're going to kind of keep possession and make sure that you overload one side and catch it on the other side. So you see a lot of that. I think the magnitude of the event also sometimes get to the players. So a couple of the simple things that the players could have done, I don't know.
Nerves, man, nerves.
Yeah, the magnitude of the event.
Me as a media person, understand. The way me hear the place of vibe. You can imagine that. Hey, worst thing that you can imagine the first ball you get it a miscontrol. Me pack up my things. Mr. Coach.
But like I say, I'm excited. Why? Because this is the best league in the Caribbean, and I say that without hesitation. We need to now start rivaling, the Mexicos and the US. I dare say those are the benchmarks, right?
At least Central America tackles.
Definitely. So I think you're seeing that in the teams that are in the top four. Ultimately, any one of these teams could very well move on, and then you speak of Portmore, then you have Tivoli, then there was Waterhouse. So you have a racing. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward because the teams in the league, at least about 8-9 of them, have what it takes that could very well represent us at the next level. Now there are tiers to it, obviously, and again, everybody kind of know how you kind of position, but the truth is we need the competitiveness across the different teams for the league to actually be better. And so far, I think we're seeing that.
I'm going to add one thing to it. So, about a few years ago, the technical committee of the JFF, they institute a system, we call it Jamaica Championship, known as the Tier 2.
Right.
Now, the Tier 2 comprises of all 14 teams across the parish, winners of their respective major leagues. And then all those 14 teams play off for 2 spots.
Correct.
Which means that those 2 teams who go to the final are the best of the best.
Right.
I would have seen where Chabberton Maroon and Racing came into the league.
Right.
Yeah, Chabberton Maroon did not really matriculate into what we expect, but they still sustain themselves in the league.
Yeah.
But Racing, on the other hand,
none of the 2 teams were relegated.
Exactly, Racing punch extremely heavy.
Yeah.
Even at one point, some of the senior teams were saying, boy, we don't really want to see this team in the playoffs because they have nothing to lose and they're playing so good. Even reach a point in which the team of the season, players from that team have been selected for, and these players are the first year playing in the Premier League, which means that something is going right, even at the grassroots level where football is concerned.
No, for sure.
It's a good look.
Like I said, the coaching, I mean, big up Mr. Parchment as a coach.
60 man I get to know.
But again, welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
Welcome to the real world. It's not under 10 and but
Mr. Speed just say him get relegated, he couldn't coach. So
but that's
him be honest with that.
I'm just saying that everybody in the ecosystem, coach, administrator, player, everybody sees the improvement. You are now forced to step your game up, because if you don't, then you're going to be on the out. You're going to be looking on. And the teams that are always there are the ones that are properly managed, well prepared, structurally organized. They are the ones that are always there. So it's not even about, okay, because remember now you have 39 games plus a next possible 5 if you're going to go all the way.
No, well, remember now that even the Arnie Gardner.
That's what I'm saying. So that's 2 for them, possibly 3.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is, you don't have to do your entire planning around at least 40 games if you really want to be in the in the mix, and you cannot expect to just pop up and deliver on the day. Yeah. Gone are those days, especially when it's 2 legs.
All right, so let me ask you a question. maybe we're not sure. Maybe you can relate. I hope, or you can give us a good answer. When will we see where, because these clubs are investing quite a lot of financing throughout the season? Yeah. When are we going to see like those clubs getting compensation in respect to the money that they are spending to remain in the season? So when we can expect to, or even make that step going forward where that is concerned?
All right. So the truth is that's a function of strategy, and let me be very simple in the analogy for you to understand how the PFJL is currently structured. Clubs receive some kind of subvention every month from the organization, and those monies come directly from sponsorship. Now there are different ways to get revenues, and we are trying to build out that. So again, it's easy for us to say, so what to television rights, and we say, well, we need to have a television, much less to have rights. We need to have a property to also have rights. And we need to have somebody who wants to purchase it for there to be rights. And then you get revenues. So what I'm
it must be valuable.
And I'm saying it is valuable now.
Right at this present moment, the Jamaica Premier League is most valued, because think about it. We just saw Messi came into Jamaica.
Right.
The Jamaica Premier League. There's so much leagues across the world did not get that opportunity of bringing a superstar, one of the best to ever play the game, and so much eyes is now on the league.
Correct.
So it is at the most value right now. Can you give us a strategy on how we can?
We're doing a Netflix series, Mount Pleasant is doing a Netflix series.
The matter Arsenal. You better be careful. Mount Pleasant have to be careful. Not the Netflix, and after Netflix has seen now for the second season.
No man. But the point I'm making, dude, you ask a question, and I don't think I really answered the question the way that probably the viewers, listeners, whoever it is want to hear. We can give you all the money at the end of the season, or we can give you in blocks, and we can give only a few teams the money, or we can spread it across all the teams to make sure that at least you're sustained throughout the 9 months. That's a matter of strategy, that's a matter of policy. Those are decisions that you have to make that at a different level. The model has always been, let us build broadly, let us help everybody, rather than, because we could easily say 50 million at the end of it, the winner get 50 million, We've spent way more than 50 million all season long, and I'm just using that as a baseline figure. I don't even want to tell you how much money the PFJL would have contributed so far to referees, to admin, to everything that you see that make the league work. Venue rental, all of these things. So of course the clubs are investing, and we are appreciative, and football is big business. It requires heavy investment. We want to get to the point where the different revenue streams are driving the overall pot.
Or sustainability per club.
Because again, clubs now need to do some things to make sure that their club becomes valuable and sustainable. So the league is at a certain level. Now you as a club in the league, what is the value proposition you're offering? Do you have investors in your club? Not the league, in your club. And how is it that you're structuring? So the point I'm making is, we definitely want to give everybody a nice payday. It comes down to the strategy, and it's always going to be reviewed, because I'm sure the same guys who are out here playing, coaching, etc., they're the ones who will be advocating, let's change it. So whether it be format, structure, all of that, next season you definitely would possibly see something different.
All right. Bless up yourself here.
Yeah, man.
Good information.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up on yourself.
So people, big up on yourself.